Hey, what's up, folks? Welcome back to another 3D Hangouts. My name is Noah Ruiz. I'm a designer here at Adafruit. Joining me every week is my brother Pedro.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Pedro's Creative Tech here at Adafruit, and every week we're here to share 3D printed projects featuring electronics from Adafruit.
That's right. This is a show where you combine 3D printing and DIY electronics to make inspirational projects. Hello, everybody. We're hanging out in the Discord chat room. If you'd like to join us while we're doing the show, you can hit us up on the Discord chat room. Shout out to everybody. It's the morning over here in the East Coast, but good evening, good afternoon, all the good things. We'll do some shout outs in just a moment. How's that? We're good. Hello, everybody in the Discord chat room. Give a shout out to Cup of Coffee, Pedro. Hey, Pedro. Bruce. Hello, Bruce. Zena, Dr. Susan, Jim Hendrickson. Yeah. Hello, everybody.
Over on the YouTube chat, we were hanging out too. Good morning to everybody hanging out. Sky full of stars, Micro Ortaga. We're also on the Twitch and on Facebook. Good morning, Alex O. Martinez. And I think we're also on the LinkedIn's and I forget the other one.
Twitch.
Periscope.
Oh. Periscope, Twitter.
Good morning, Avro52.
Hey, 52. Sweet. All right.
Let's go ahead and do some housekeeping.
Alrighty, will do. Well, if you head over to adafruit.com/free, you can see all the free deals that are going on while supplies last. So the more money you spend, the more kind of freebies you get, right? So for orders that are $99 or more, you get the Parma Proto half-size breadboard. For orders that are $149 or more, you get the breadboard plus a randomly selected Stemma QT breakout. If you have an account with Adafruit, we'll make sure that you don't get the same one twice. For orders that are $200 or more, you get the Stemma QT breakout, you get the breadboard, that's the half-size Parma Proto, and UPS ground shipping is free for continental US only. And then for orders that are $299 or more, you get the free shipping, Stemma QT, Parma Proto, and a Circuit Playground Express. So there you go, adafruit.com/free. We appreciate everybody getting the freebies. All right, and the other bit is jobs, jobs at adafruit.com. You can check out all the new job listings that are posted. This week we have some new ones. Python web developer, Java web developer, front-end developer, so on. So check it out. It's free to create a profile, whether you're an employee, employer, or a maker with some skills. You can create a free profile or create a free a job posting. So yeah, there we go. For newsletters, there's a once-a-week newsletter. This one's called the New Newsletter, and you can subscribe to this one by heading over to adafruit.com/newsletter. There's daily newsletters, appropriately named adafruitdaily.com. It's a standalone website. It's not tied to your account, so if you do want to subscribe to some interesting topics, go to adafruitdaily.com. You'll see we have Python on hardware, we have 3D printing, biohacking, maker business, and a couple other different ones too. So check those out if you'd like. I think that's everything. Yeah, we're still hanging out in Discord. We just heard we've passed the milestone. I don't have the banner, but you'll see it later tonight on Ask an Engineer. 29,000 follows. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining the Fruit Discord. A lot of fun, a lot of inspiration and help too. So.
Yeah, there's a ton of different rooms, everything from help with 3D printing or CircuitPython. That is where we have the live CircuitPython meeting.
Oh yeah, it happens every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you want to check in with the CircuitPython devs, you can do so by listening in live or checking out the archive after it's posted.
Yeah, it's on the left side. When you're inside of Discord, scroll all the way down to the voice channel, and you can request to be a Pythonista if you want to join in on the chat.
Yep, and yep. Cool.
All right, let's go ahead and jump into this week's project.
All right, this week's project, here it is.
Super handy, super simple. It is
simple.
a FunHouse stand.
The FunHouse stand. This is very, very fun. It's a FunHouse stand. Yeah, so really easy to put this one together. You just got a couple screws. The FunHouse PCB is an IoT kind of based board. It uses the ESP32S2 that's in the back there. And it has a couple of built-in goodies like these two temperature sensors, humidity, barometric, and temperature right here. Built-in on-off switch, speaker, 3 buttons, and tons of ports. These are 3-pin JST connectors. right? Stemma, the big stemma, and the little stemma. So you can do I2C sensors connected right here. You can daisy chain them. Very, very cool. This is an extra add-on right here, the little PIR sensor that kind of press fits right into the headers there. Built-in tiny NeoPixel LEDs up here for indicators and stuff. There's some touch buttons, so cap touch buttons, 6, 7, and 8 right here. And this demo code here just shows like some of the sensor readings and if you're pushing some of these buttons. So built-in speaker, right? So you can get little beeps and bloops. You get your buttons here, and then the cap touch buttons, and then a super extra bonus is this little slider here that you can use to maybe adjust brightness or something. So if you got like a light that you want to change the brightness to, you can do up to, what, 3 or 4 different kind of settings here with just sliding your finger on this little thing. And there's a really awesome silk screen by the dragon himself, Paint Your Dragon, Filippo. He did all the artwork here. And in the back there's some even more awesome artwork. So this pays homage to homage. Is it homage or homage?
Homage.
Homage to the Wizard of Oz. There's the witch's feet right there. Let me do a quick focus. Focus.
And I like how it has the whole Halloween theme. We've been seeing a lot of the halfway to Halloween, so it's really a good time theme-wise for this.
I need to watch this movie again. It's been quite some time since I've seen Wizard of Oz, so I need to watch it again. And there's some awesome artwork in the back. I didn't bring my screwdriver, but yeah, I can. We'll show that later, right? Okay, so.
What is it? Just the 2.5? I can go grab it.
No, dude, it's fine. Dude, it's literally just screws. No worries. So this is the 3D printed stand, and we'll talk about it in a little bit. So you can download this if you want to have this propped up on your desk. You just need 2 screws. I have 3 here, but you can use 2. To keep them in here, you can use thumb screws as well if they're long enough. It's a little bit thicker, so you're going to need an 8mm screw, but I have all that listed in the Learn Guide, so you can check that out. It is powered by USB-C. It's got the USB-C connector, and it's just plugged into my computer. And that's pretty much the kind of hands-on demo that I have. This is something that will ship with it. It's just like a little demo FunHouse test, as it says.
And real quick, want to mention that it is in stock. If you have not picked one up, hurry up and go over to the link I posted in the Discord. It is a PID. Oh, I should have had it ready.
Yep, 4985.
There you go.
Pedro will paste the link, and you can see the back here. It's got that nice little screen and all the little things that you would want to see. So ESP32S2, CircuitPython support, Arduino support. There's some some things here, and there's a couple of Learn Guides too that are out, so you can check out some demo code in CircuitPython. Yeah. So heading over to the Learn Guide, this is where you can grab the STL files or the 3D model, the source files, if you want to tweak the case. But a very, very straightforward guide. Not much to the assembly other than like the screws, but yeah, the FunHouse is in stock, so that's great. And I guess the CAD page here is you can download the STLs, you can download the CAD source file. I have a step file of the CAD source. If you want to like modify the original sketches, you can bring this into any CAD app that has step support, which is most of them. And there's just some details here on like how to get a good print, like using a brim and pretty much using a brim. That's all I got for that one on printing. And I have a little bit of a CAD thing that I can share. Are we ready for the CAD?
Yeah, let's jump into the CAD.
All right, any questions so far on the...
Let's see, John Park's in here. Good morning.
Hey, John. Good
He's answering
morning.
some of the questions on here.
Yay, thank you. John's got answers.
All right, let's jump in.
All right, let's look at the CAD thing. All right, here we go. Ready, set, go. So this started out as like a really simple stand, and we've kind of done this before. I have a layer on how to do this, but Lamar had a suggestion on it, and I was really happy to do it. She's like, why don't you put a brick texture on the stand? And she was kind of hesitant. She's like, well, isn't that kind of hard to do? And I remembered the emboss feature is fairly new to Fusion, and that lets you really easily paste a texture over like a surface. So the next thing I had to do is figure out how to create this brick texture. So I used just single lines to create this kind of texture that I could use a rectangular pattern so I could repeat it. So I came up with these numbers, and I came up with this pattern that kind of will encompass the size of the stand. And there is a new feature in Fusion called the thin extrude that allows you to extrude single lines. This is a huge deal for me because I use this a lot. Previously, you had to use surface extrude and then the thicken command separately, but now it's all in one feature, and that's like the awesomeness of Fusion is like it combines these features into one, which is great. So you have to select the thin extrude, and then you can select whatever, whether it's a single line or curvature, and then you can apply a wall thickness all in one command, which is super cool. So after I thicken that up, I use some rectangular patterns to just create a bigger texture, and using the consistent spacing, you can scale this as big as you want. And I did use some user parameters, but I'm not going to really step into them because they're kind of just numbers, right? So that's all set up. The next thing I need to do is all right, I need to project this solid body into its own sketch, because the emboss feature uses sketches and it says hey, what's a sketch? And then it projects it onto a surface. So once that was made, it was fairly easy to select the brick texture because it's just a single profile, the blue selection, and then you can tell it, hey, I want to go on this this tangent chain, which is the face that does the whole thing. So in the emboss feature, you can play around with whether you want it to be a cut or an extrude, and there's some built-in offsets for the alignment, and you can see that corner there. I had to make sure that I adjusted it so that some of my geometry didn't get chewed up, because certainly it can happen. So it's nice that you can have some built-in offset alignments in the emboss feature. And then of course you can tell it how deep of a cut you want, or how much of an extrude you want. But once that was done, I kind of had to do another emboss feature, because one surface, one feature. So this is the back surface. So I was able to reuse the same sketch. So that's really nice. You can use the same sketch, even though it's offset plane, you can still use that sketch on a different surface. So that's kind of nice. And I had to do some other alignment offsets, but it ended up looking nicer because it's not chopping up the top of the bottom, so it ended up working out pretty well. But that's really the two features that made this possible, is thin extrude and the emboss feature. So that's really cool. And just to kind of give it some more depth and detail, I used the chamfer tool to chamfer all 99 faces. But here's the tip. Instead of selecting every single face, which is what I did, you can use the filter selections under the select window. You can say, hey, I just want to select faces, because that's what we need to select. You don't have to select edges. You can select a face, and Fusion will figure out, oh, there's 4 edges. Let me go ahead and chamfer that. And then you can use, instead of the select tool, you can use the paint select tool. You ever use the paint select tool in Photoshop or something? And you can just select all those to kind of do 100 different selections. So that's kind of a quick walkthrough of the stand. Then I added some holes with some chamfered edges, and the thing prints on its side to avoid any support material or anything. And I guess it's a really nice brick texture. I like it. So check that out. I'll probably do a little bit there on this one to kind of step through a little bit more of the features, but in a nutshell, that's kind of what it is. So cool. So this filament is not all gold PLA is created equally. This is some super fancy ultra silk gold. That's PLA. Look at that shine. Are you kidding me? There's no, this is fresh off the printer. No supports, no zits and stuff. It's great. This was even time-lapsed, right? Mm-hmm. Normally there'd be a lot of string and stuff, but it works out really well. So the filament here, you can pick this stuff up from Amazon. This is where we got it. It's from Uri Ultra Silk PLA. It's a 175 millimeter diameter filament. It's a kilogram, and it's got more of an orange tone to it. It's really nice stuff for $25 for a kilogram. It's pretty nice, and a couple of folks have some photos of it. Here's a Mario question block and a star. Really, really nice prints. In our experience, it worked pretty well. Didn't clog anything, and the part seems to be good. So this is the filament. I also have it linked in the Learn Guide if folks want to pick that up. Yeah, some silky ultra silk gold. There we go. We have audio issues or what's going on?
You're a little overmodulated.
Oh no.
Just a tiny bit.
I can fix that right now. I think. Hello?
Hello, hello.
Hey, what's up, folks? Is it too much?
No, you're good.
Hey, what's up, folks? Okay. Hey, what's up, folks? All right, I'll try to talk not so loud. Cool. Well, that is the stand.
And a nice little mini layer by layer.
Thanks. A little mini layer by layer, yeah, for sure.
All right, so all of the files for this is available right now.
Yeah, it's on the Learn Guide. The Learn Guide went up last night, so folks can check that out. I had it open. There it is. There it is. I also put it on Thingiverse. You can find it. Mm-hmm. But yay, 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 yay! We also have a 3D model of the FunHouse. So I had that before, but then swept it out. Cool. Kind of simple, but I really like the bright texture is really what made this. Otherwise, it was just like, oh, it's just another stand. Yeah. So shout out to Lamar for her creativity. Like, I was kind of hitting a roadblock here. A road.
And John wants to correct that it's not a layer by layer, it is a brick by brick.
Yeah. She had to build it brick by brick. That's funny. So, yay, bricks.
All right, cool. And I think you already covered everything in the Learn Guide, the second page. Just some of the things for the printing, adding the brim.
Mm-hmm. It should be it's oriented to print as is, so it should show up on its side. That's normal. Mm-hmm. Don't need any supports. We like to use 220 on our extruder. You don't have to. You can do it. Yeah, that's like what we like to use.
Yeah, we saw some of the complaints on the review for the filament.
Oh yeah,
the layer bonding. You got to use like at least 220.
Yeah, sometimes when you print hotter, it kind of anneals the PLA a little bit, so it makes it kind of stiffer and tougher. And then when it comes to build plate adhesion, this one, because it's got not so much surface area touching the bed, add a brim. You can enable the brim. Some slicers are a little bit different, but with Cura you can say how many line counts. I think 8's a good number.
Yeah.
Or 2 millimeters.
Yeah, the first one we did, I had it at 6, and that
wasn't enough.
Well, just wasn't enough. It lifted a little bit, so if you have any misalignment with your mounting holes, that's probably what happened.
Oh, that is what happened. Yeah, like the holes didn't end up. It just was not. It started curling up. Yeah. So, brim is your buddy. Brim buddy.
And a reminder that a bunch of these files are also available on the GitHub. If you star this section here, you'll always see every time a new board model is updated. You had a couple this week. You had the Feather RP2040.
The Feather RP2040.
Of course, the FunHouse.
Yeah, I don't have the FunHouse, but I also have the Itsy Bitsy RP2040. The Cutie Pie RP2040. We have the Trio, the Triage. I don't have a Pico because it's like we didn't make that, so. But we got the 3, right? Cool, and y'all can get that from, like Pedro said, the CAD, Adafruit CAD parts GitHub repo. The way you search through it is either through the PID or just search for the file, the product name. So like FunHouse is right here. And there's also a GIF, hard G GIF. Excuse my my lack of frames per second, like 2 frames a second. Trust me, it's smooth. So I also got the NeoTrinkey, which has a fun render here with the cap touch bits.
I'm getting lost of where I'm putting all the links.
Yeah, link it up. Links.
All right, cool.
Cool.
So we'll do another project for this next week.
Yeah.
I think one of the door sensors, just adding on top of some of the projects that John and Melissa have done. Just like little mounts for, I think you wanted to do a quick walkthrough of adding CircuitPython on the board.
Yeah, I guess we could. I'm not super set up, but let's see what I can do here. Do I have my FunHouse? I guess we're just gonna have to do it all like manually. All right, so let's install CircuitPython on our board. You can follow along with the Learn Guide, which is public now. Just head over to the Learn Guide. Here's how you install CircuitPython. This link here will take you directly to it, I hope. Yay! So CircuitPython, the latest version right now as of this recording, 6.2. I'm going to download the UF2. There's also a bin file. That's like an earlier version, I think. But I'm going to got the UF2. And there is a little bit of a... You're probably used to the double tap reset. If it doesn't work, you kind of have to time it a little bit different. So watch how I do it. 1, 2. Did it work? Oh no, I think it worked. There you go. It should give me a... No, it didn't work. Oops, let me do it again. Like I said, you got to do it maybe once or twice because it's the ESP32 test 2. There we go. I got it that time. Oh no, I hit reset again. Sorry. Yeah. Yep. We're in for an awesome.
No, I like it so people can see that. It will take a
couple tries. It's the timing. I don't know what happened to me, but there it goes. So it's got this nice graphic. It lets you know, hey, you need to drop the UF2 file onto your USB drive. It's called House Boot. House Boots. That's great. So I got here the UF2 that I downloaded. I will switch my camera over to full screen, and then you'll see I have this UF2 file, and then this house boot right here. I'm just going to drop that there. House boot. It's going to install CircuitPython. It just copies over, and check out this fireworks show going on here. I love that. Cool. Great indicators on those NeoPixels. Let's copy in, and I already have, I think. Oh, nope, it wiped it. It's all good. Did it wipe it? It's connected to, oh, cool. It saved all of my, that's what's really great about this UF2 bootloader. You can easily switch between CircuitPython and Arduino, and all of your CircuitPython files stay nice and safe. The camera, though, is nice and fun. It's like dancing. So this is basically John's door alarm code, and I've just added some bitmaps here to show its readiness. So the idea is you have one of these magnetic switch sensors. There's 2 wires here, and then this is a 3 JST connector with the power cut off, so just ground and signal. Let's plug it into A1, I think. Make sure that it's keyed, so it goes in this way. Cool. And then let's see if it works. Cool. So this is supposed to be a little door alarm, but instead of a door, we're going to put it on a gate, a baby gate. So I'm going to open the gate. Up, it's open. Oh no, it gave us a beep. It gives us red LEDs, and it even gives us a graphic that says it's open. That's bad because the baby can get through and fall down the stairs. So let's close it. Close. It even gives you a little beep, and it says it's closed, and it's changed to green.
I should probably put a baby GIF on there.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, but I wanted to generalize it, so it's not like 4 babies only.
A crying baby and a happy baby.
That's funny. And then if this is giving. What would you say?
Adafruit IO.
Yeah, this is tied in with Adafruit IO. Give me a second while I log in. Oh boy, gotta do my my 2-step code. Give me a sec, folks. Pedro, entertain the crowd.
Right, just looking at the comments here.
Tell them a joke. You know a joke, Pedro? What is a stack of Python files?
Dang it! I knew this one. I completely forgot.
A pile.
There you go.
There you go. All right, so we're now inside of Adafruit IO. Here's my dashboard, so you can create a dashboard. I call it the FunHouse door alert, and it tells me the status. So let's go ahead and do a live demo again. I will open, give it a second, and there it is. 2 seconds later. we got it closed. Let me close it again. Yeah, just a little bit of a.
That's pretty dang quick.
It's pretty good, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you could do email triggers as well. JP shows you how to set that up in the Learn Guide. So check it out.
Nice visual there of JP's comment on a baby getting away, car peeling off driveway. See you, suckers.
Yeah.
Reminiscent of the baby from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Oh yeah, he's got like the cigar. Yeah, that's so here's the Learn Guides.
Well, what do you know? It's all full of FunHouse guides.
It's fun. Oh yeah, and JP's mail slot just came out too, so you can check that one out. Melissa has like a more generalized like how to create FunHouse projects, so it's exploring the library for it in CircuitPython. Here it is. Here's the
the door alarm.
The door alert with email notification. So check it out. Oh yeah, we have these magnetic contact switches in stock as well. So if you want to pick up the paraphernalia for this, you can do so. Yeah, like if you want to have it plugged into the wall, we got these little 5-volt 2-amp power supplies. So that's cool. Baby's escaping.
Yeah, perfect timing since he's getting strong enough to just lift the gate.
To get a metal gate.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
All right, posting all the links to these guides here. Whoa, wrong link. Oh my God.
Nobody has any gold like memes or anything?
Hold on, posting links.
What's the one? PT had a reoccurring gold meme. I forget what it was. It's like Austin Powers or something. I love gold. Silky gold.
All right, and I think that's pretty much it.
Cool. We have some community makes and a prototype. So let's head over to the prototype.
Let's go ahead and jump into this week's prototype. Title. Bam, there you go. All right, so refining the Trinkey case. Lamar had some suggestions on making a little bit more of the outline of the little jellyfish character that he's portrayed as. And last week I had taken the conductive filament off and still wanted to have the ability to be able to push the cap touch buttons on the top and the bottom as well as the both sides. So figured out how to actually have the conductive filament just pressed in there. So if you wanted to, you could just have just the cap touch pads. So what this is doing is being able to sort of route your touch.
It expands the surface area.
Space, yeah, to the top.
It's more accessible, right?
Yeah, a little bit more accessible, and that little bit of bump makes it a little bit more easier to touch too. And I wanted to make sure that the redesigned case where we had removed that, I wanted to be able to add that back on because we do have the conductive filament in the store.
We do. Let's take a look.
So this stuff is from Pro to Pasta. And
don't eat it.
Yeah, don't eat that. I forget what the resistance on it is, but it's got a high conductivity. I think it's in the data sheet somewhere. And it's low enough to where we could build a little battery tester like you see there in one of the guides. Yep. Don't need a heated bed plate, so very handy for all types of different printers.
Yeah,
it could be a Bowden or a direct
whatever
drive.
PLA profile you have should work okay.
And we did a couple of tests doing dual extruded prints, but not everybody has a dual nozzle printer, so these parts simply just press fit on like that. It's a teeny tiny little part.
They're optional.
Yeah,
whether
not
you
needed.
want them or not, you don't need them, but it's cool that the case has
accommodates.
Accommodates the spacing
so these
for it.
Pop off like so, and you still have access to just the back side and the front side of that. But if you want to add the ability to be able to touch from the top here,
yeah, I can see how it's it's a little awkward to touch the small little pad, so this just gives it more surface area, expands it. And another great update is the handle, the little tab handle is this round shape as opposed to like the square handle.
Kind of swing around
there.
Kind of
and it's a bigger loop, so you can use giant lanyards like the very fun ones that we have, the CircuitPython themed print ones.
Yeah. Then you have your little built-in button here, so you can use that as for resetting.
For reset, yeah.
There you go.
And then this is a USB extension.
Yeah.
It's plugged into the laptop or the battery.
So just a couple of the other things I added on here was just little walls on here, so that if you're looking at it, you know, from the top,
closer.
It's not blinding you. You have this nice diffusion going on. Let me turn down the brightness a little bit. And there you go. Cool. So what you can use this as is one of the things that John did was have it be a trigger for a camera. And then somebody in the comments was asking if you could just solder to the touchpads. I think it would be safe to. But that gave me the idea of milling out a PCB where you could just like insert this into something to sort of route out the touchpads. So,
or you could just copper tape.
That would be easier.
Depending on what your project is, maybe copper tape is the way to do it. The copper tape has like an adhesive that's also conductive, so you could try that out.
You can make like your own traces, or like have it on a pre-cut like vinyl printer.
Ooh, that's super fancy.
And then like
super fancy.
Mill out some little traces that way. So tons of stuff that you can do to sort of reroute this these two buttons out.
Paint,
conductive paint might be another option. Or, of course, go the 3D printing route.
Little nubbins there.
Yeah. So release this next week.
Should.
I think it's pretty final.
Yeah, that's good.
And one of the other things, just to recap from last week, the mechanical, how it's staying on here doesn't slide off. It's this teeny tiny little guy in here that is getting inserted into the slot to keep it in place.
There you go.
It doesn't slide out.
Yeah.
And all of your caps and all that is protected on the inside there.
And then filament-wise, this isn't really white filament. It's called like natural clear PLA. Right?
Yeah, that's what's giving you that nice diffusion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed that some of the whites, the pigment on there doesn't let it diffuse as nice. So go for the natural or clear.
The clear is like really clear.
Yeah.
It doesn't have like the...
It's like translucent.
Right.
It'll make the diffusion a little bit sharper.
Yep.
This softens it up.
Spreads it out, evens it out, diffuses it.
Yeah, and that is what we're prototyping.
Yeah.
Little Trinkey.
Trinkey with a handle.
And I want to go over to the new page just to promote. Hopefully they're still in stock. The other Trinkeys were released in the afternoon yesterday.
Loading.
Scroll down. We got some nubbins there.
A little kitty beans, toe beans.
Yeah. And here we go. The Trinkey USB mechanical switch and the rotary encoder. I saw someone model up one of the rotary encoders, different brand, but same sort of concept where it's a nice enclosure for that.
Sweet.
And definitely pick one up.
Yeah. Sweet.
And that's what we got for prototyping.
Yay! All right. Are we ready for
Community Makes?
Community Makes. All right, let's do it. So this week, Community Makes, every Tuesday, we do a little time-lapse video, print something from the community, and this time it is a Gearbox.
This thing
by
is
Filippo.
so cool. Super surprised that all the tolerances came out as well as they did, especially with a time lapse, because of the way that the head moves out of the way. It actually leaves a little bit of stringing left behind that can interfere with the mechanical, like all the parts that are joined together, or like fuse them. And the trick that I used to get those super smooth was just adding a bit of real butter, which is like lubricant that is used like in rollerblades and skateboards.
Ball bearings, for
Ball
sure.
bearings, yeah. So just a little bit, a little drop on all of the gears and then on the inside of the case. So it's so cool where it locks these little extension parts here, lock onto the case so it's not able to come out. And then you twist it and it lets you open it.
Yeah, man.
Super cool.
Yeah, all the gears are kind of hidden inside.
It's so mesmerizing on having all those working. Oh.
But yeah, the real butter is like a little drop. And we've done that before, wherever you need to, lubricate some friction, get rid of some friction on some PLA. Turns out it works pretty well.
Yeah, especially with this, since it is the glitter PLA, it can be a little bit rough. So
it's coarse.
Coarse. So it definitely helps out having, oh my god, look at that. It's
Yay.
so buttery smooth. And the same thing with inserting this back into the, having the lid go back onto the box.
I like the
So
brand name
it's pretty, yeah, it's pretty big, so you can you know, store a couple of boards in there. But of course, the whole appeal is having all these gears all interacting at once.
I'm gonna say the real butter is probably for like a fishing line, like a fishing reel.
Yeah, I think that's why
Real
it's
butter.
real.
Yeah, not that real, other reel. Reel it in. Okay, cool. So that's a really cool design by Filippo. Filippo has this up on Colts 3D. So check out Colts 3D in its version 2, apparently.
Yeah, unfortunately, not a free print. It's only $1.50.
Oh, it's well worth it if you
definitely
want this.
worth the modeling effort that went into that. And he goes as AF Inventions. If you want to check out some of the other work.
Oh, Filippo.
He's also on
Alfieri.
Instagram as well. If you
Italy.
want to follow some of his awesome designs, so definitely check that out.
Sweet.
Really cool community make.
All right.
Got a couple
Excellent.
more?
All right. A couple more came through on the Twitter. This one's from Fabio Fernandez. Posted up a harness brackets for the RGB matrix from the Adabox. So he's got a Thingiverse post of it, so you can check it out if you want to make some brackets for your Adabox. This is the 64 by 32 RGB LED matrix, 6mm pitch. It came with the Adabox, I think. I'm sure. And now you can print these out. So cool. Thank you, Fabio, for posting this up. And we got another one. This is a bit of a remix. The files weren't posted, but it was cool to see this as a remix. So Thingiverse user here, Fetty Serio, posted up a remix of our 16 by 16 NeoPixel square display, but instead of using a feather, he used a Pico. That's brilliant. Look, there's your Pico, and it looks like the Pico is fitted into this perf board. And I think, maybe he didn't remix it. Maybe he just drilled it into the PCB. Oh. Well, that's even better. Like, forget modeling, just drill some holes in your perf board. It's great. And it works out in the same way. Look at that. Very, very cool. So, sweet. And it's using CircuitPython, so that's great. And he added some feet. Okay, cool. Excellent. Well, shout out to Fetty on posting up a remix of the 16 by 16. It's great. A lot of folks seem to dig it on the Thingiverses. Very nice. And then we have one last one. This literally came in the morning, about 2 minutes ago. This is a little Squirtle remix of Flowalistics Low Polygon Squirtle. We remixed it again and made it a Voronoi.
Excellent test on retraction for your printer.
Let me refresh. Maybe the photos will show up. Yeah, better photo. Yes, we printed this. You can print this in FDM, PLA, and it works pretty good. We've also printed it in resin, which is like, oh my gosh, it's crazy. I had it like this small, remember? It's like super tiny. So very cool. Yeah, we printed it in 100 microns on a Prusa. Excellent. So those are this week's community makes that were sent to us this week. We appreciate everybody sending their stuff. And if folks want to share the stuff, you can tag us on any of the social channels, whether it's Adafruit or just me or Pedro individually. We're here.
Yep, all the handles are up there, and we might make a time lapse out of it.
Cool.
That's the goal. All right, I think that's it, unless we have some time for shop talk stuff.
I don't know what's the shop talk.
The panels, I think, if all the...
It looks like we got a question about Voronoi. It's, what is Voronoi, right? How do I explain
It's
it?
like a texture that is applied to a surface.
Okay, is it a texture, is it a math equation, or is it a style of thing?
Math equation style, I mean...
All these things, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the texture that you see...
Oh boy, I don't know my Voronoi history. Like,
pull up Wikipedia.
Yeah, certainly you can search for the term, and maybe it's a fellow's name who came up with this visual technique, or maybe it's a math equation. Yeah.
Oh, and then quick question. Since we have all the lawn mowers noise going on, Bruce is asking, the kitchen remodeling, yeah, everything's going along. All the electrical outlets were done last week.
Correct.
It was like over 30 outlets that were either added, modified, or like moved around.
Yeah, our island is shaping up. All the drywall is installed. Painting and texturing is probably
That is right now
up.
going on, yeah.
Yeah, we still have cabinets to wait on because there's
We got
part
cabinets, we have the marble coming in.
Good and bad.
Yeah, the double oven is coming in. There's so many moving pieces.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Shout out John. He posted a wiki.
Oh, there you go.
To the
Mathematics,
diagram.
diagram of portion planes,
Yeah,
region
mathematics.
close to each other given a set of objects. Yeah, it's a mathematical equation that have these textures.
Yeah, you might see it. You might have seen this without knowing what the effect or where it originated from.
And there is a layer by layer on how to add these. If I can quickly look that up.
Yeah, there's probably a mesh mixer tutorial.
That's
from-
exactly what it
from
is.
us a couple years ago. Yeah.
Layer by layer,
It's a
how to
Free
Voronoi.
piece of software called, I think it's still free, Mesh Mixer. from
Yeah, it's still
Autodesk.
available.
And it lets you decimate and tweak the.
There's a couple of steps you have to do to
The
get your
surface
model
divisions.
ready. Yeah. So
Yeah.
here is, oh, that is the wrong link.
Nobody clicked that link.
It won't take
It
you
won't
to.
yeah, you have to be logged in. It's funny.
And here you go.
Alright, so here's a Verona, yeah.
Most objects can
Maybe
have
we're
the.
pronouncing it wrong. Is it Verani?
I think it is.
Verani? I've heard Lamar say it, Verani. If I say Veronoi, I think I've heard. Like if you have the Mac text to speech, it's probably Verani. Y'all want to do that? We have time. Just kidding. All right. So tonight, are we ready to
Yeah.
close it up? All right, folks. We're closing it up. Tonight, I invite you to show and tell because we're hosting, so we hope
Yay.
to see you there.
Yep, special guest Sherry Haas,
Sherry?
co-founder of Maker Faire. So I think she'll be showing off some cool music maker projects.
Music
It'll be
festival coming
exciting.
up. See more stuff.
Cool. We'll see if I don't know. Is Maker Faire still going on? Like,
Yeah.
can they make it this year? We'll
Maybe.
see. We'll
Yes,
ask.
they will.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Tune in to find out.
Yeah.
Then-
So we invite you to come in 7:30 p.m. ET. We have a blog post out too that goes out. But the way to join is you'll come in here in this chat in the live
Discord.
broadcast chat room in Discord, and I'll paste the StreamYard link so folks can come in. Yeah. So that's how we'll do it. And then shortly after, Lamar and Phil will be doing Ask Engineer tonight at 8 p.m.
Will they be in the?
What,
in
are they
the
going to be in the office or not? We
Maybe.
don't-
You have to tune in to find
I
out.
don't know. Yes, please do. All right,
Exciting.
and then tomorrow, JP's workshop every Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Fridays with a deep dive with Scott at 2 p.m. Pacific Time, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And then it starts back up again on Sundays with From the Desk of Lady Ada. This week was a fun, zippy iPod-like rotary encoder that I'm
Yeah.
obsessed with. And then Tuesday was, Monday was the meeting, CircuitPython.
It's too many shows.
So many shows every day, we have a show. And then JP's product pick of the week on Tuesdays.
Tune in every week to get, what is it, like 50% off on his pick of the week.
It'll make you go like this. Cool. And then we do this show on Wednesdays. We used to do it on Thursdays many years ago, but I don't like to date myself. So we'll do
Alright.
this tonight.
And that's the whole week of shows and videos posted every single day by Colin Cunningham with Colin's
Holy
lab
crap,
notes.
I need a slide.
I
for
know, we
Colin.
need a note
What
for that.
happened? Yeah.
And then all the past projects are
Yeah.
also posted every single day. So definitely tune into any of the social channels on there for
Sweet.
any projects you might have missed.
Excellent. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. I hope you're inspired to keep going and do some stuff.
And don't forget to make a great day.
Bye, folks.
See you later tonight.